Welcome back to the show. You're watching Arise 360 with me, Kachi Othia. Now, it's been such a busy day for the big screen, the small screen, and quite honestly on Arise 360, not only do we love giving you a helping hand keeping track of what's happening, but we definitely love to amplify the voices of the many filmmakers within Nigeria and beyond who have remained steadfast in just chasing that goal of putting out great movies. Now, a couple of days ago, we premiered the official CAP Day at Cannes, where Kunle Afolayan spoke extensively about the importance of capacity building in the film and television landscape within Nigeria. Now, apart from obviously Kunle Afolayan Productions doing this with his training academy, other people are also jumping into the same boat. Anthill Studios, Nia Kimulayan is equally doing the exact same thing. And now one of the fruits of that labor joined me on the show, Dolapo Adigun, the directorial debut for her project, Criminal. We had the pleasure of having an extensive conversation a couple of days ago, and that's exactly what you're about to see right now. Enjoy.
Dr. Make I apologize first of all. I know so my voice can be very high when I first follow you talk.
Thanks for sticking with us. Well, joining me now on the show, Dolapo Adigun, the post-production supervisor, right? Yes. Supervisor and lead editor for Anthill Studios, as well as the editor on movies like Jagun, Casa de Novia, and House of Secrets. You were also a writer on that project, correct?
Yeah, co-writer.
Amazing. Thanks for joining me on the show. So we've been having this conversation around, building structure and enabling filmmakers. So I want to know your story, because I think it's something that's truly inspiring from what I've heard.
For me, it was a thing of knowing that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to direct. I wanted to edit. Mm-hmm. So the next thing in my mind is, what are the things I need to do to get there? So I start learning, finding places to learn graphic design, VFX, and then I joined Mr. Ni's.
That's Mr. Nia Kimulayan, right?
Yeah, editing class that he organizes for women. Oh. I joined that, and after that, he reached out to the group that I was in, for the women, and said, we need an editor in the studio. Is anybody interested? Does anybody live close to the studio? And then I applied for that. And from then on, I've been there just learning from him, being a part of the studio, and they know that this is what I want to do, and they've supported that, and now we're here.
Wow, that's amazing. But I mean, you said that in 3 minutes, but that was a 5-year journey, wasn't it? So at the point when, because I think editing is not a role that, so I would put out information like, I need an editor, and I would hardly find any woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So talk to me about that. Like the field that you're in, it's primarily a male-dominated industry, isn't it?
I know a lot of women editors, a lot. I actually know more, personally, like I have a lot of female editor friends, so I know a lot of them. Yeah.
So how does it work, like mentally? Because I know it's a crazy job. Like editing a movie like Jagun, for instance, what was that experience like?
For Jagun, I started on set in Oyo, remote Oyo. We started on set while they'll shoot, and they will bring the footage to me in my hotel. I started editing that film while we were on set. Like the first cut was ready like a few days after they finished shooting. Wow. So that was crazy because we wanted a very fast turnover, and I understood that, and I got on the job. Yeah. Okay,
so basically it's working through scripts, working through how many footages are we looking at here?
Oh, I don't even know. It's a lot. It's a lot. A timeline alone can be, a scene alone can be 4 hours if it's shot in slow-mo. And we did that a lot in Jagun. There were lots of slow-mo shots, and that's just a scene. So finding a way to piece that together to a few minutes so that the film doesn't drag, that's the job.
Oh my goodness, that's insane. And I'm guessing you're chopping. So who decides what stays and what goes? Because is that at your discretion? Because when you have like a 4-hour sequence, for instance, there are parts that are like, okay, we are not skipping this. So do you just piece everything together?
Yeah, I piece everything together and I can make suggestions, but ultimately that's up to the EPs.
Oh,
so
I see.
EPs, I can make suggestions that this wouldn't upgrade the story in any way. You can take it out. If they like, they can take it out. If not, they can keep it. And then the EPs are the ones that say, this scene's got to go. Yeah.
Do you love what you do?
I love it so much.
Tell me about that.
I'm always at work. I'm always at work. I work overnight most of the time. You can't do this job if you don't love it. And it doesn't even feel like a job. It just feels like I need to go to work to get this done. What I try to do is not bring a lot of work with me home. So that when I'm home, I know I'm resting and sleeping. But at work, my work is a 24-hour studio, my boss always says. So you can come in at any time. If you are getting creative at 2 a.m. and it's safe, come to the studio and get your work done.
Yeah. Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
But, you know, do you think there's a lot of spaces like what Mr. Nee Akimalayan has provided for you, for other filmmakers, specifically female filmmakers out there? Do you think there's a lot of spaces? Say, for instance, you never met him. Do you think that you will be where you are right now?
I don't know. And I'm glad we'll never have to find out. But working with him has been really incredible. He's a great boss. He listens, what do you want to do? And he like gives you big projects to handle. It goes like, you can do this. And you're like, oh my God, are you sure? And it gives you, it like pushes you. He's an amazing boss and he always wants everybody around him to succeed. He says that a lot and he's always helping people. The question he constantly asks us is, are you doing what you want to do in this studio? Like he will call you randomly and then it will get you talking. It's like almost a therapy session. And sometimes those meetings also helps you think. So you think, am I actually doing what I want to do? So my 5-year journey in Anthill has been, I started from like DIT. I've been first AD, I've been second AD.
What's a DIT?
Director
in training?
No, data imaging technician.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so everybody runs around on set, shooting, doing makeup. The most important part is this card that we're recording. Somebody needs to copy that and sort it. Okay. So I started doing that. And I'll still do that today if they want me to do it. The crazy thing about that is Auntie will always give you opportunities. Take it. And I always try to do that.
You always try to do that. And now you've done your directorial debut.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that experience. How long did it take you to put together Criminal?
Mr. Nee sent me away on a project somewhere with one of our clients to go supervise their VFX. And I think one evening while we were on set, he just sent me a script. This is Anthill's next film, and you're directing it. Prior to that, I had been in like a 3-month training for directing with him and a couple of other people. So I guess it felt like I was ready. I felt like I was ready in a long time. It was like, we'll get there. And when it was time, I was very shocked. Oh my God, Antill's next film, I'm directing it. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. And then I read the script, and it's a thriller. It's not a drama. It's not a let's sit and talk, husband and wife, or falling in love. It's a thriller. It's guns, it's blood. How are we going to do this? So I had a conversation with him. This is how we're going to do it. And the most important part is the pre-production. We planned everything to the T during pre-production. Even though he wasn't around, he was shooting somewhere else while we were shooting it, I had that confidence because we had done the perfect pre-production before actually going on set. And then when we get on set, I shot this film with a crew of people that I already worked with as AD and editor. So they knew me, and for some reason, it wasn't difficult for them to accept me as their director. Everything just worked out where everybody knew, this is director, this is what she wants, let's get it done. And then we shot the film, amazing cast, amazing crew. We did post-production. I edited it, and Vicky, our producer, also edited it. And we put some amazing music on it. And
who did that? That's a huge part of the whole process. So who scored and did the sound effects?
Eva Momo did the film score, and then Tolu Abanro did the final mix.
Okay, I think I've met him.
He
did, he also worked on Jago Jago.
Yes, he worked on Jago Jago.
I've had him on the show.
He worked on Gang.
Yes, he has. I had him. Oh, he's good.
Yeah, he's
really good.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Now, I feel like we have an amazing industry, but stories like this definitely give it a breath of fresh air because it's not the same thing we're used to hearing and it's not the same concept, you know, because oftentimes we make Nollywood look like it's just, if you're not making a big, you know, if you're not just churning out money, there's nothing, but there's so much more to Nollywood, which is of course the passion behind the job. Based on your little, I would say 5-year foray into the industry, what's your assessment of it? What's the one thing you look at Nollywood and say, this is something that really just keeps me thinking and keeps me on my toes? What would that be for you?
I would say is like you said, it's like fresh ideas. Okay. You know how Hollywood will bring a random story, like a very good, terrible, bad day, if, it, like they think out of the box. It's not like, this story, Criminal, is a think out of the box story, but we found a way to make it Nigerian. So it's to think out of the box and make it Nigerian, not to try to copy Hollywood, but think out of the box and make it very, oh, that could have been me moment for everybody. So I think that's something I'm looking forward to more people doing in the industry.
So what's the future for you, Dolapo? Because I'm excited. This is your first. It's looking really good. I've shown everyone the trailer, and I'm sure they would agree as well. Yeah. So what's next for you? I
definitely want to direct more movies, way more movies. We shot this film in December, right before Christmas, and I really wanted to keep going. But you know, we had to let the crew go, and the story was finished. So, but I was very energetic, like, oh my God, I love doing this. I want to keep doing this. So I want to direct more movies. I want to direct music videos, commercials. I feel like that's my next phase. And I'm looking forward to it. Amazing.
Dolapo, I'm looking forward to you. And a big shout out to Anthill Studios. I mean, I really paid more attention to this angle because, like I said, at Cannes, Mr. Afolayan said the exact same thing with Cap, that's what he's trying to do. And I'm like, oh, listen, it's not just you. Like, Anthill is also doing this. And I hope there are more people doing this as well.
Yeah, there are lots of great people that have started from Anthill and are doing really good. There is AK, he's a director. He's directed, like, I think, 3 films last year. There is Patience, who works with Netflix in Amsterdam right now.
Oh, wow.
There is Abosi. There are lots of people that started from Anthill and are doing really great.
And you know, they're not even loud about it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because, well, I mean, you know, again, like I said, we have a very loud industry, but there are things that I'm hearing within the last 1 week, like, oh, Cap did this, now Anthill, and I'm like, you guys are not even making all the noise, but look at the impact you're making. So it's really, really interesting. What's your advice to upcoming filmmakers who may have a dream, but don't know where to really start because of the noise?
I would say there's always a place to start. Start with something. Like I said, I started with graphic design, out of the blue, on my own. I wanted to edit, but I think I read it somewhere that start with graphic design. And then I did that. I didn't just learn online. I found a school that taught me graphic design. And because of that, when they announced the free training for women, I was better at the editing because I knew those softwares, because it's the same Adobe suite, and that helped a lot. And then when I was done with that, I saw a film school, and they were offering VFX classes, and I took that. I thought about doing editing. I'm like, I already know editing, sort of, after a 3-day training. And then there was VFX. I was like, okay, I'm going to go for that. So it's basically, you need to recognize the little things you can do to get there. You can start as a PA on set. There's no role that is too small
or too silly.
Yeah, just start. And I know a lot of people that we started together and we're building up. Yeah.
Amazing. Dolapo, it's been fantastic having this conversation with you. And congratulations, your movie comes out when?
31st of May.
31st of May, and it's a theatrical release, so it's going to be in all theaters.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. Congratulations, and thank you for joining me on the show.
Thank you for having me.